Hello, my brother and sister. Are you having hard time taking the final impression? Of course, this is not the custom trait that you take when you are taking the final impression, but I'm going to demonstrate because I have teeth, so I don't need to make a custom trait for myself, but I'm going to just demonstrate how to take the final impression. Okay, are you ready to be impressed? So before I show you, I will show you my favorite tool that I always hand to my patient is the meter. I give the meter for patient to know how they need to act, because sometimes better than your manipulation, if your patient moves their own body part, which is the lip, it is better. So sometimes I ask, many times, oftentimes I show them the meter, and this is how you need to help me. So let the patient move away their lips, especially if you're a student, you don't always have the assistant, but the best assistant that can be is your patient. So how I let the patient do is this. Okay, because when you're introducing the tray, you have a material along the rims, but if you don't, then it'll all stick on the lips. So I'm going to show you. Okay. I'm going to take the impression with the PVS heavy body for the borders. I'm going to just to demonstrate the border moldings only. Some school they teach you to do with the green sticks, but now I'm going to just demonstrate with the PVS heavy body, but the principles are the same, so you can apply it using your green stick or anything that you do. So I'm going to demonstrate first one side without retracting the lip. Okay, I'm going to show you the mandible first, because mandible is the challenging because there is a tongue, but for the upper there is no tongue and there are less obstructions. So I'm going to demonstrate the lower first. For the PVS material, you sometimes put the bonding, the red ones. So when you put bonds, you don't need to put bond a lot. Some people put bond really a lot, like this, but you don't need to put a lot, just on the edges, and also where you're gonna place the border molding. So you don't need to put really a lot, like liquidy overflowing. So how I do is, now I'm going to show you the wrong impression taking. Okay, there's some people they make it thin, but it should be thick. So they're just hurrying it to put it in the patient, so they don't let the patient open their mouth. Uh, uh, okay. See, as I go through, I already hit the borders of the impression tray on the lip, so there is no border moldings. Okay, that's why it is not a good border molding way. See that all the materials are inside, less materials outside. So I'm going to show you the proper way the tips which will help you to have a good border molding. So sometimes what I do is that focus. Hello. Sometimes what I do is that I even inject inside. Let me focus first. Okay, very good. Sometimes I inject inside the patient's mouth and also the border, and also I make sure that it is retracted. So I'm gonna retract it first and let the patient retract. Okay, if I'm the patient, I ask a patient to retract her lips as I place it inside, and I'm going to tell them that when you retract it, and once I put it, see, let's do the demonstration. Huh? When you place it, you should place it. Huh? Not like this. Huh? No, 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 no. When you place it sideways. Huh? Oh, okay. Don't think that I'm ugly or something. Okay, I'm just giving you the best information. Okay, I don't care about my look as long as you learn something. Okay, when you're introducing, you have to protect these margins. So make sure that it is not touching anything. Let's say I'm edentulous. Don't think about my teeth. Huh? 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 It is not touching. Did you see? Huh? Okay. You can inject more. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Hopefully it'll be successful. So since I'm using PVS, I'm gonna put some glue on the top of the ridge, okay, and on the side of the margins, just a little, okay. I don't put much, just a little. Let's say this is the PVS bond, okay. So I'm gonna place it. This is the wrong one, okay, and I'm gonna do the right impression. So what I do is I make it thick, very thick, very thick, very thick, because I want thick and round, nice border molding. You can work slowly somehow because this is a heavy body, but depending on the product, but this one is okay. So I also give some side, and what I do now is I ask the patient to retract and uh, very good. See the difference? See the difference? Wow. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Very good. Very good. So this is the part of the border molding. We'd like to get the borders, rounded borders. But sometimes if it is, if you see even though you did a good border molding, if you see the edges, which means that the tray is high, it is impinging the tissue, those areas needs to be trimmed off, okay? Got it? So when I do the border molding, some people tell you to do it by segments, but what I do, I just do everything at once. But of course, I have to train the patients, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, like, it doesn't make that difference, because even though you do all the border moldings at the same time, you might need to do some part again. So it depends on, but just to make sure that you get all the rounded border molds. So I'm now going to teach you, or show you, not teach, I'm not qualified to teach you, but show you how we can get the lingual one. Lingual one, you also need to train the patient. Let the patient look at the mirror, okay? Look at the mirror and let the patient know how to move their tongue up. Sometimes when you ask patient to move their tongue up, they do. They don't know how to move their tongue up. That's why they need to see. If they see, and move, let them, when you introduce it, let them move their tongue backward, up and backward. So, okay? And then once you introduce, let the patient put their tongue forward. I'm going to show you with my mouth, okay? I'm not shy. Just see and do good on your patient. So let's say you have a border molding materials here. I'm going to show you later. This is good. But if you don't train your patient the tongue position, they will do like this. Tongue is where? Tongue is under the margin. I'll show you the wrong one. Okay, wrong. If you do wrong, it'll be like this. Okay, wrong. I'm going to change the tip. Okay, I'm going to show you the wrong one. Okay, wrong one. It's a wrong one, not the right one. Bum 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 bum. So when I do, I also put some extra load here. But I'm going to show you the wrong one, okay? It is not the right one. I'm going to show you the what? Wrong one. So I placed initially this much, and you don't tell the patient to lift their tongue, okay? So open, Okay, see? We have a good impression of the tongue, okay? We don't want these things to happen. We don't want these things to happen. We don't want to take the impression of the tongue, but we want to take the border molding, okay? I'm going to show you the good one. Wait, let's see. Okay. This is how I do. So let's assume that I put some super glue there. It is a hydrophobic. It has my saliva on it, so it is not sticking well, but I'm not using glue because It is not clinical, and it is just for me. And then I also put some material here. Tongue up. Right. I need to see if I don't retract it, the materials is removed from the border to the tissue. That's why this area is not captured. This area is slightly not captured, but it's good. See the difference? Now I have some borders around it. This is the border molding. Okay, I can't say that it is a really good border molding, but we see the borders, right? We see the round as much as possible, comparing to tongue impression here and very thin, but we are seeing the border. And did you see my tongue was moving side by side forward, but not never under the impression material, impression tray, not never. Never under the impression tray, but always above, and let the tongue play. Okay, so this is how I take the border molding, and of course you have to trim all the interior the material. So this is good, and this is wrong. Tongue. This is the tongue impression, very thin border margin, and only inside, not outside, and good borders, and good tongue, good tongue area. Okay. It is not that smooth, but please understand, I have all teeth, and the height is not sufficient, and this is not custom tray. So just to get the idea, if you apply this, you will get a good border molding. I'm going to show you how you do maxillary at once, and also just some tips. As I told you a while ago, if you see something like this, something like exposed margin, there are two things. One, there were like interference as you place it. Second, this is a high, so you might need to trim it. So I'm going to show you how to take the upper. I'm going to show you how to take the impression border molding at once, but I'm not sure whether I can do it nicely at once because I'm doing it alone. I don't have any assistant, but I'll try. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna retract. Okay, not touching the margins when you are introducing inside your mouth. That is the key. Got it? Okay, what is the key? Not touching the margin when you are introducing inside your mouth. That is the key. Okay, I'm gonna place the material and show you. So suppose that the tray is filled, the tray's margin is painted with the bond. When you are doing over on the PVS material, let's say you did a border molding and you want to modify a little bit, you don't need to put bonding because you don't need to put glue. because PVS sticks to PVS, okay? So don't waste your time and money, material, okay? So I'm gonna do that. See how I do. It doesn't have a palatal area, so I'm just going to skip. Please understand. It is not a custom tray. It is just a regular tray. So go slow, making it thick. Not touching is really important. Okay. Let the patient see. Uh, uh, okay. Mm-hmm. Very good. See, even though I took it alone, yeah, pretty good. Probably if I have assistant or the patient who can retract, then it would have been faster. And if it uh would have been custom tray, it will really turn out nice, good, right? Yeah. So these areas you can probably add more and take once again, or you can just go with the PVS's light body. You're going to still take impression one more time with the light body. So fill it with the light body and take one more. Then the borders will be really nice because it has a good capture of the boarding. And of course, before you take it, you need to trim inside the intelligo surface. Okay. So this is how I take the border moldings. Probably you might have a better idea, but if you have learned something, please give me thumbs up and subscribe, and may your practice be successful. You see the very good freedom. So that's why, did you see how I act? So you need to instruct the patient to do. I look funny, but you must laugh so that your endorphin will go up and you'll enjoy your dentistry. Okay, purse lip and kissing lip. Okay, yeah, like that. And you need to manipulate the cheek. There is a frenal. Okay, and there is also frenal. Okay, this one we need to capture all so that we can have a good denture. We can make a good denture out of it, and really can relieve those areas. Hope this will help your dental practice, and you will enjoy more by providing better quality product. May God bless you, and God always supply you with the knowledge. So recommend you to read Bible, and may God bless you. All the best. Bye bye.